because I'm not a huge fan of watching super long makeup tutorials, I'm going to show you the highlights of what I've just done on my face, because I think that this eye look is pretty spectacular and I want you to be able to do it on yourself at home. So number one thing to do is moisturize, because if you've moisturized correctly and you still have a bit of emollients underneath your eyes, any shadow that you put on that falls, you can just use your fingers to clean up or a cotton swab, but you always want to make sure you get all of whatever fallout has happened off. And you want to do it in that kind of upward moving motion. So you've got an upward tilt to the eye, no matter what your eye shape is. I think that, we don't want anything coming down because it ends up looking a little sad clown. Which is another reason why curling your lashes is key. So after I've done my moisturizer, I curl, and whichever side of my nose I'm on, I sound like a broken record, I always say this, turn towards your nose so that you get those outer lashes up higher. So, curled my lashes. Then, first things first, we lay down one of my favorite shades from Kaya Weiss, which is called Magnetic. It's a really neutral taupe. It's a little bit deeper than the typical taupe, I think, in eyeshadows, as far as eyeshadows go. And it's easy to apply with your fingers, which is what I did. Just a little bit in the center of the lid, and then I just blended it out with my finger. So you can really control the depth of intensity of the color by adding different layers, and that's really all I did. I don't use this one wet, as I do so many other shadows. That was it. So it's just a really nice defining shade. It does not show up the same on super deep dark skin with any blue undertones. If you've got dark skin with a red undertone, it's lovely. Brown is really nice around blue eyes. It'll make that blue pop. I don't have blue eyes. I have kind of hazily green eyes. So in order to make mine pop, now that I've defined them a bit, I'm going to use Viper from Vapor. It's a really nice subtle purple, and I just smashed it into my lash line as much as I could. So this is not about like getting a perfect sharp line. It's just smashing it into your lash line. And I did all this before I put mascara on. You'll want to do the same. And then I used my finger and just smudged the heck out of it. So it created a little bit of extra depth and drama along my lash line, but no hard edge. You're not like, oh, she's wearing purple eyeliner. But it definitely makes green eyes pop. Can you see? Okay, so after I did that, I probably put 3 coats of Honest Beauty mascara on. I did not use the creamy lash building side. I just used the mascara itself. I like how dark black it is. And I really worked the mascara at the root, which is what's going to give you the real definition. And then I used it to fan my lashes up. I like a lot of mascara. I think you may know that by now. I also used it a little bit on my lower lashes. And I do this always in conjunction with a Q-tip. I use a cotton swab just to really blend those lower lashes so that they don't look spiky. That's definitely a look, but not one that goes with this overall, soft, sexy, subtle look that I'm trying to create tonight. One of the things that I love about the power of makeup is just how transformative it is. So I'm going to show you, this look, but I'm also going to show you this top with a red lip, and that's a completely different look, and that's what makeup is all about. It can create an outfit, whereas this is just a simple blush colored top. But now that I've given myself a little drama on the face, it becomes something more. It becomes a going out top. So I've got a little bit of foundation on. I used T2 from Ilia, just a teeny bit. I used a beauty blender to mush it into my skin. Just all the spots that I've got either sun damage or a little bit of redness. Always in this outer corner I've got redness, so I wear just the tiniest bit of foundation there and then make sure to smash it in so it doesn't really have a chance to settle in any fine lines. Then, to bring a little bit more emollients to my skin, I'm excited to show you this Uli's ointment. It smells phenomenal. You'll see me use it in a number of different ways, but I like a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. Instead of a highlighter that has shimmer in it, I think this gives a much more natural look, which I really do like. Put a little here. I'm not going to work it into my lids, which, you know, I often do to give it a little extra dazzle, but I think for this, I want my eyelids to be quite matte. One thing that I do always do is I work it into my brows to keep them in place. And a little on my lips. I'm just going to use a liner and color in my whole lip because I want to avoid a really heavy lip look. So I'm using Lily Low. They have a soft nude. Oops. I always start at the bottom. Adds a little extra plump look. I overdraw my top lip ever so slightly. This side of my face is a little lower than the other side. 98% of people have either one side that's lower or, you know, one eye that's bigger. Or we're not perfectly symmetrical, so that's what's fun about makeup, is that we can use it to make ourselves appear a little bit more symmetrical. When you see ads in magazines or anything in a magazine, it's all been photoshopped to make the model appear more symmetrical. There have been many studies that show that even infants are more attracted to a more symmetrical face, which is shocking because none of us are. But you'll see this side of my face is quite a bit lower than the other side. Go figure. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to show you this top in the next video with a completely different look.